What is up, you guys? Welcome back to HBH Podcast. Before I get into this episode, I do want to ask you guys, are you a fan of this series? Are you enjoying the HBH Podcast episodes? I know some of them aren't long, even though we're only 3 episodes in. But let me know what you guys think of this podcast series. I definitely want some feedback from you guys, because if you don't enjoy these, I won't continue to do them. They have done pretty well. The Halloween Ends review has over 75 views, and the Terrifier 2 podcast has over 100 views. So I do want to thank you guys for the amount of views on those episodes. And I hope this one does well as well. But if you guys are enjoying this series, please let me know in the comment section down below. That would help me out a lot. But today I am here to talk about the new series Crystal Lake. We're finally getting something to do with Friday the 13th. It's been over 13 years since we've had anything Friday the 13th, so this is really exciting. This is going to be a series that is going straight to Peacock, which I don't know really how I feel about that yet. I would have preferred to just got another movie, but at this point, I'll take what we can get. Friday the 13th was in Wright's hell for so long, but it's about time we're getting something in the Friday universe again. So I'm not going to complain too much. Again, I kind of wish it was a movie, but I'm not that mad because at least we're getting something. And this Peacock series is going to be called Crystal Lake. I do like that title. I'm glad they're not just calling it Friday the 13th, because it seems like no one nowadays can come up with an original name for their movie. Anytime they do a requel or a reboot of something, they just call it the same thing. Halloween. Yeah, so I'm glad that it's called Crystal Lake. I'm a fan of that title. This is supposed to be a prequel series, and on top of that, from what I've heard, this series can have adult Jason in it, aka hockey mask wearing Jason. A lot of fans are worried about that because, Victor Miller, I believe, won the case, and he only has the rights to, the original film, which is obviously Pamela Voorhees, and young Jason, of course. But from what I'm hearing, the adult Jason can be in this series. So if you've been worried about that, you're most likely getting adult Jason in this series, which I'm excited for. But it confuses me because this is supposed to be a prequel series. I'm not sure how it's supposed to be a prequel series if we're going to have adult Jason. That just doesn't make sense to me. It is going to have something to do with Pamela, of course. I'm hoping that they don't focus on that too much. Now, I love the character of Pamela Voorhees. I would love to kind of get more of a background of that character. I'd like to know if she was, psychotic way before Jason was maybe even born. And of course, before Jason drowns. I'd love to see that whole side of Pamela. I think that's very interesting. But they can't have this whole show be based off Pamela Voorhees, because at some point, as Friday the 13th fans, we're going to be like, we want Jason back. That's what we want. So I'm not sure how long they're going to linger on the Pamela Voorhees story, but I'm sure a majority of the first season is supposed to be, I guess, based off Pamela Voorhees, which I am excited for, but I don't want the whole series to be a prequel. At some point, I know they said it's going to be a prequel series, but at some point it's going to have to take place after some of the movies that we know and love, because we got to have adult Jason at some point. And it's already confirmed that they can use adult Jason, so, they're going to do that. But I heard a few people say that, each season is going to be like each movie. I don't know how true that is. But at first, when I heard this news that, Friday the 13th was coming back with a series called Crystal Lake, and it was going straight to Peacock, the home of Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends, and I was kind of like, why Peacock? This is kind of worrying. And then I found out that A24 is going to be involved with this new Crystal Lake series, which is really exciting. I love A24. They're a great independent studio. They make really good horror movies. They're probably top tier for today. They're up there with Blumhouse. I would say that actually A24 is better than Blumhouse. Fight me. I definitely think A24 is better. They make high-class horror movies, and I really appreciate that. So obviously, this Crystal Lake series is probably going to be really high class. It's going to be shot really well. It's going to be written really well. and I just have a lot of hope for it. I just don't get why Peacock was the choice. To have it go straight, have it go straight to Peacock. I just think that was a weird choice, but it is what it is. But A24 being involved has me excited. Also, Brian Fuller is going to be involved, and he had something, if I can speak, not something to do with the Hannibal series. I did not watch that Hannibal series. I heard a lot of good things about it. Never seen it. But yeah, I mean, maybe I should check it out now. But I'm excited for this. I'm glad that we're getting something. Again, it's been over 13 years since we got anything from the Friday franchise. So it's about time that we're getting something. And I think a series is not the choice I would have made, but I'm not mad about it. Because, when you have a TV series, you can make your story more in-depth. You can touch on things a little more than you can in like an hour and a half movie. So I am excited for that because, the story, whatever the story is going to be, whether it be a prequel, whether it has a time skip and we get adult Jason, either way, they're going to really be able to draw out the story, and that makes me excited for sure. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm just glad we're getting something from the Friday the 13th universe, and I don't know when this is coming out. I'm sure I'm going to get that question in the comment section if I don't mention it. From what I'm hearing, it's coming out in 2023, but don't quote me on that because I really don't know. It could be 2024, but we're going to get it soon either way. That announcement was on Halloween. So yeah, it's either going to be next year or 2024, but yeah, I'm ready. I'm definitely ready for this show. Just A24 being involved alone has me excited. I just really like A24. I don't think all their films are perfect. I don't think everything they do is perfect, but overall, they're a really good company. They get really good people to work on their projects, so yeah. I'm pretty excited for that. Also, I don't know if, what look they're going to use for Jason. I hope it's an original look. I want something original. I don't really want them to base their adult Jason look off of one of the movies that we already know and love. I want something completely original. I think that would be really cool. Another thing, too, I wanted to mention to kind of throw at you guys and see what you think about this. So definitely let me know what you guys are about to think of this in the comment section down below. Would you guys want A24 to have the rights to A Nightmare on Elm Street and Freddy Krueger? Honestly, I would not mind seeing that. Now, Blumhouse had Halloween. I say had because they no longer have the rights to Halloween. They only had a 3-movie deal. That's over with. So would you guys be okay with A24 having the rights to do some Friday the 13th stuff and Nightmare on Elm Street? I think A24 could honestly handle A Nightmare on Elm Street really well. Especially if they give us a high-class Elm Street movie. I would definitely want a new Elm Street movie, not a series. Jason, I can live with a little more, just because, I'll take anything at this point. And it's the same with A Nightmare on Elm Street. I definitely would take whatever we can get with that franchise, but I would love to see A24 tackle A Nightmare on Elm Street. I think that'd be really cool. But yeah, overall, this is exciting news. I would have covered it sooner, but I just didn't. I'm just now getting around to it. Huge Friday the 13th fan. You guys know this. So I'm ready. I'm ready for this prequel / sequel series. I mean, I'm still kind of confused on that whole thing. I'm like, this whole series can't be a prequel because you can't have adult Jason in a prequel. That makes no sense. So I don't know. I'm excited either way. We're getting something. Very exciting stuff. I just hope it's good, which, again, with A24 being involved, I think we're in good hands. So, and apparently Brian Fuller is a really good, I don't know much about him, but whatever. He's going to be involved, so I'm excited. I don't know who they're going to get to play Jason, though. That's my question. Honestly, if it was me, I would probably reach out to Kane Hodder first, because whether he's your favorite Jason or not, he's the one who probably cares about the character most. So I would definitely reach out to him and offer him the job before anyone, because he's Kane Hodder, and I think that would be a good choice, because ultimately, if you like the movies he's in or not, his performance as Jason is a 10 out of 10. He's perfect. He was born to play Jason Voorhees. He's not my personal favorite Jason. Mine goes to Ted White, but, Ted White has since passed away. R.I.P. Ted White, my favorite Jason of all time. But I would definitely offer the job to Kane Hodder. I would love to see him play Jason again. Or even Derek Mears or C.J. Graham. But I would go for Kane Hodder. I think that would be a huge deal. I think that would make the show, make people, let me go back here, make people more hyped for the show. I mean, imagine that announcement like, oh, not only are you getting this new series, you're also getting Kane Hodder back as Jason Voorhees. That would be huge. I would be all about that. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Crystal Lake. I'm excited for it. I wanted to talk about it a little bit here on the podcast. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section down below. Also, let me know what you guys are thinking of the HBH podcast series. If you're liking it, definitely let me know. That'll help me out a lot. Because if you're not enjoying these, I'll stop doing them. But as of right now, I'm having a blast recording them. At some point, I want to do longer ones, like way longer ones. But I'm having some space issues on my phone, and I'm trying to keep them at a reasonable time, but also not make them too short. But yeah, let me know all that good stuff in the comment section down below. If you're new here and you're a horror fan, please hit that subscribe button. That'll help me out a lot. Leave a like on this podcast, and I will hopefully hear from you guys very soon.